Hello everyone, and welcome to this little live real-time burning of a walnut. Why a walnut? I don't know. I wanted to do something with some shadows and some wrinkly bits that was quick, but the website that has those royalty-free images didn't really have much to choose from. So I found this one because it made me laugh. Looks like a little chicken at the Boston market or something. So I have the X-Acto blade and like a fine pointer I didn't use, but those are the things I usually use, so I just wanted to show it. I used the shader the whole time for this. The burner I have is a Coalwood detailer. It's the only burner I have. I've had it for many years. Once I had this thing, I knew I was set. It gets hot enough, it cools down quickly. That's all I need. So when I ask people like what type of questions they have, they always ask, well, how do you shade smoothly? And it's like, I gotta show you, you know? Because I just move slow or move fast, depending on how dark I want it. So when I ask people what questions they have, because a lot of people are like asking for tips on how to burn better, it's like I need a little bit more than that. So when I'm like, what specifically is your questions? I'm like, well, how do you burn smoother? It's kind of hard to just say move slower, lower temperature. So I figured showing in real time would be more helpful. You can skip around and then just like watch until you get it and then start on it yourself or something. So I have a bunch of these little like 30 scrap wood blocks, and I'm gonna just do whatever pictures you guys want. The next one's probably based on any questions you have or how to do a thing. Though I gotta warn you now, fur, it's not my thing. It's like, there's so many good fur burners, fur pyrographers out there, and I'm not one of them. So I guess the biggest tips for blending, smooth shading, whatever you want to call it, is really just have a lower temperature. If you have a variable temperature tool, and just build up the layers. Go slow for the darker burns, go fast for the lighter burns. I like doing these little swirly motions to make it an even burn. Sometimes when you want to blend certain things, you want to go in the same direction, and going in the same direction with the grain will give you the smoothest burn. It also depends on the wood type, but this one's just like, I don't know, like some kind of scrap basswood or something. So yeah, when you are burning to get smooth, I honestly stay on the same temperature. I'm like a slow burner as well. I mean, I don't know other burners to know how slow they do stuff, but I'm pretty slow when I burn stuff because it's like meditation. I don't really do it for the picture, I do it because it's like calming. So I burn between 4 and 5. I don't know what temperature that is. My thing goes from 0 to 10 or something, so a little bit less than smack dab in the middle. And then if I need it cooler, I go to 4. If I need it hotter, I go to 5. But once you start like kind of getting the feel of the tool, you'll know if you need to turn it up or not. But I feel like I have more control if I keep the temperature the same on the tool and then just control it through my movement speed, or I just blow on the tip when it starts to get too hot and I need to cool down quickly for I don't know, because the spot I'm in is getting darker faster than I'd like. You kind of get a feel for that as you do it for a while. So you can see how I'm like shading here, but you can't see how I'm cooling the tool down when I blow on it. So just keep that in mind, I guess. Another thing that I hope is kind of portrayed is how I'm putting almost no pressure. Unless you want texture on the wood, that's when you burn at a higher temperature and press a little. I try and keep mine as smooth as possible. I haven't done pictures where part of the image is burnt texture. It's something I want to do, but I don't know what picture yet. Like I would want to do it on. Probably background. Do something with the background. But yeah, I mean, I'm like gliding on that. I'm barely touching it, which is why you want to sand your piece down. Yeah, I didn't mention that in the beginning, but you saw it. I sanded it down, 220 grit. I've found that if I go up to 320, the sawdust becomes so fine that it like gets in the wood grain, and then when you're burning, it's like it's not as pleasant. So I just burned to 220. It's fine. I use like for bigger pictures an orbital sander to do the whole thing on 220. But if you just do it by hand like I did in the beginning, if you move with the grain, you won't get scratch marks and stuff. But if you're like going against the grain or like the opposite direction or whatever, if you don't do a good job sanding, you could see some line mark from the sandpaper, like after you start burning and stuff, which is kind of annoying because that happens to me sometimes. The transfer paper that I use doesn't erase. I haven't found one that does, so that's why I sand it after. If you can just draw on the wood or like have one that erases, that's ideal because you can still kind of see it. And if you burn light like I do, like towards the edge, then in order to control, I guess, removing those markings, that's why I use the X-Acto blade instead of like a sandpaper, because you can control where you remove, stuff better. So yeah, the picture wasn't a great copy. I have to do better lighting next time, because when you burn and then like it gets all glary and shiny in certain angles. Yeah, I was like partially blind with the direction the light was shining on it. I'm like, no good. So I gotta figure that out. But this looks more like a brain than a chicken. But ultimately, I guess it looks like a walnut. I guess they just do look like little brains. Now I'm thinking about it, I should have done like a filigree or something. Because this little picture took like 40 minutes. And that's why everything's a time lapse. Because I had to really, chop this baby up just to make it a 10-ish, 12-ish minute video. I don't know. A shorter video than 40 minutes burning a little walnut. That's why it's like a chill. It's a very meditative art form. So yeah, let me know what you want me to burn next. I got plenty of these things. And this whole purpose is to help y'all and like show you burn techniques or whatever. Though I'm my stuff's smooth looking, so it all depends, I guess, on what you request. I I'm gonna do like reptile skin and clouds next, because I think those look really cool burned. And then start on whatever questions you need examples of, because I learn from video the best, so I figured there are those out there who also learn from video, and I haven't found too many others who show this, so hopefully it's helpful. And yeah, just leave in the comments what else you want to see, and I'll see you in the next video.